Hey, how you doing, Barstool Fund? My name is Ben Wiley. Here's my story. Before I get started, though, I did want to say a quick thank you to you for organizing this fund and to all the people that have contributed to this fund. You people are all doing more already for small businesses than the federal government has done in 8 months. And you're really helping people and changing lives. And I mean, I just cannot really say thank you enough. If you don't support us or whatever, we get nothing from it, I still want to say thank you so much for doing what you're doing. It means the world to people like us. Also, quickly, before I go on, I want to say a quick shout out and thank you to my mother. She's the one that told me about the Barstool Fund. She told me actually the day you went live, and we emailed our story to you when it was still just Barstool Funding at barstoolfunding.com. But now we know you've got a more comprehensive application process, so we wanted to submit a video and do the full application process, even though we were, I have to think, one of the very first people to email you. So a little bit about me. My name is Ben Wiley, and I am standing in Glorietta Baldy. I'll show you a quick video in a moment. Glorietta Baldy. This is a small, I'm the owner and operator, and I built this bar with my bare hands. We are a small, intimate, cozy, craft beer, craft cocktail bar in the Bed-Stuy area of Brooklyn, New York. We have been open for 6 successful, profitable years before COVID hit. It's now been 8 months of trauma, frankly. I'll get into that in a moment. But that's quickly who we are. We're a small 800 square foot space. We have no backyard. We're a comfy craft cocktail, craft beer bar. I went to culinary school. I use this place as a testing ground for my culinary training where I bring it to cocktails. So I curate the menu myself. We have a seasonally rotating cocktail menu. I do myself. We're a big believers and proponents of healthy cocktails, so we make a lot of our own ingredients. We press all of our fresh juices every single day. We use lots of like apple cider vinegar and weird kind of healthy elements in our cocktails. So we're really believers that you can have a good time and not feel too bad for it. So that's kind of who we are. Our story, you know, we were mandated closed on March 16th, like everywhere in New York City. We were fully closed by mandate until May 25th, so that was 2.5 months. And really, since May 25th, there's been these staggered reopenings. We have followed every city guideline and state guideline, and that's really just bled us dry. There's been all types of different openings I'll get to in a little bit, where you had indoor dining for a little while, no indoor dining, only to-go sales, no to-go sales, can sit on the sidewalk, you can't sit on the sidewalk, you can sit on the street, but not this part of the street. There's been so many different rules, and it all costs money to meet. We've had to change our air filtration system. We got an entire new HVAC system with these MERV 13 air filters, the same air filters that giant public schools and airports have to have. We've done it all, and it all costs a ton of money, and so now we're pretty much screwed. Let's see. We have not gotten a dime from the city or the state throughout all of this. They just make us follow all the rules. They don't help at all. Electricity bills had to be due the whole time. Insurance claims all got summarily denied all across New York City, all business insurance claims. Rent, we were very lucky to work out a deal with the landlord where he is accepting 50% of the monthly rent every month, with the other 50% of unpaid rent to be paid in the future. And the deal we made back in March was to pay it across 2021. But of course, 2021 is 15 days away, or rather 2 days away, and it's not going to be any better than it is now. So I'm kind of smiling and trying to stay positive while I record this video, but it's really dire and we're in tough shape, and I wouldn't be recording this video if we weren't. I'll get to the details at the end. So pretty much to sum up, our business has been decimated. Sorry guys, you can tell I'm not a pro at this. Our business has been decimated. Our wonderful customers, they've tried to support in any way the state allows them to. So when we did to-go sales, they tried to come in and do that. They sit outside when it's snowing. This is December. It's freezing. It was 20 degrees out the past week. Customers are still trying to come out, but it's really not covering anything. It barely allows me to cover the payroll. And a quick note about the payroll, we've never let anyone go. We've had our full payroll the entire pandemic. We're a very small team. Everybody's still with us. We try to stay positive. We're a tightly knit kind of little family team here, and we have full payroll, and we always have through the pandemic. So a couple crazy things. We were broken into twice during the pandemic. The first one on June 21st. The second one on Father's Day, July 1st. We were both closed for many days around that, where I myself had to clean everything up. They also destroyed our POS system, which is why we now have an old school cash register. We don't have any money to replace that. I wanted to talk about business loss insurance claims really quickly. Those were denied across all of New York City. We've gotten no money for that, even though we pay $16,000 a year for that. Another thing about payroll really quick, for the first 2.5 months we were completely shuttered. I turned the Gloria Baldi Instagram account and the website over to the staff so that they could organize a GoFundMe. It went entirely to them. The bar got nothing, I got nothing. We let them run it, and they gathered quite a bit of money. You can just Google GoFundMe Gloria Baldi staff and you'll see it. It went really well for them. I'm very happy. We don't regret anything. We only mention that because I know from watching your videos that you really want to know that the businesses are trying to help the staff. And I wanted to take a moment to say that we did everything we could. We gave them the full reins for those 2.5 months, and they were able to raise and share among themselves a pretty good sum of money. And that's really just from the kindness of our customers and the wonderful family kind of atmosphere we have here, but we did do that. Before I show you the bar and show you our outside seating that I built myself, I did want to take a quick moment and say this bar puts food on the table for myself, my wife, and our 2.5-year-old son. But on January 15th, which is about 17 days from now, we're also expecting, I'm very happy to say, another son. So we'll be a family of 4. This business supports us, or it tries to, and right now we're really in a hard way. And I'm very happy to be bringing another person into this world, but I'd be lying if I said, if I didn't say that it caused a lot of stress around this time, and it seems a crazy time to be doing it, but you can't wait around for the perfect time. I did just want to mention that, we're expecting in a few days, so anything we get will all the more help us. The specifics of what this business could use, if you find us a reasonable applicant, is our monthly rent is $4,691 a month. Any help towards as many months of that as you could provide would be wonderful. January, we still haven't paid, even though it's December 29th. February, March, and April would be wonderful. The current arrears, so the unpaid rent for this business, is up to $29,314. We're supposed to pay that across 2021. There's literally no way we're going to be able to do that. I mean, any penny towards that would be a lifesaver. And monthly electricity bills for a bar like this are pretty expensive, around $650. We could, of course, provide any records you want. Any help towards that would be wonderful as well. I want to give you a quick tour of the bar and show you the outside seating. So this is the back bar here. This is where we kind of do all of our magic. It's a pretty cute, small place. We keep it simple. Here's our low boy with all our kind of food prep area. An air purifier, medical grade air purifier we had to get. Our HVAC, which we had to kit out with those special air filters in the front. So this is our small bar. As you can see, it's honestly quite a small bar. These are pulled down the streets out there. I'll show you in a moment. 0 indoor seating at the moment. Life is very tough. I'm going to show you our sidewalk seating. Our sidewalk seating is literally just that. So this is the area in front of our storefront, and we have it heated and lit. I built this myself. We have a hanging heater and a hanging lights, but as you can see, this holds maybe 2 tables. So it's incredibly small. Take a look at that taxi spot. I'll tell you about that in a minute. So I'm gonna end this right now, I swear to God, but I did want to mention that when the city first said we could do street seating, I went ahead and I built out that, and I built that section too. And I did that with the permission of the shoe store that's next to us. He gave us in writing a letter that said we're allowed to use it. We had to do that because we were so screwed. The New York City Department of Transportation came around and gave us a 48-hour notice to correct. I had to come down early on a Sunday morning, rip it all apart with my own hands, which gives us the small seating area we're allowed right now. And that was despite the fact that I had a letter in writing, signed, notarized, saying we could use the spot. I went ahead and did that because we needed the seating area to make some money, and they shut us down. Only to now, 2 weeks ago, the mayor publicly announced that businesses like mine will be able to use adjacent street spaces, but not yet. He's still waiting for the Department of Transportation to finalize the rules. So in short, I went ahead and did it. I got in trouble, had to rip it all down, wasted all my time and money, only to be told months later that yes, we can, but wait, oh, not yet. So this is the kind of stuff we're dealing with. We're really screwed. We're in a hard way. If you could help us, I mean, I would make every video you want saying thank you. Even if you don't help us and you help other people, thank you again. Happy New Year, happy holidays, whatever you celebrate. Let's all get through this together. Stay positive. Ben Wiley, Glorietta Baldi, 502 Franklin Avenue. Peace and love.